Can I truly forgive someone who hurt me this badly? I'm about to find out. Forgiveness is one of those topics that gets tossed around a lot, but rarely do we dive into what it really means to forgive someone. We often hear that forgiveness is key to healing, but what does that actually look like in practice? Is it just about saying sorry and moving on, or is there more to it? One of the biggest hurdles people face when trying to forgive is feeling like they're condoning the other person's bad behavior. Like, if I forgive you, am I saying what you did was okay? That's a tough spot to be in, especially if the hurt was deep. Another challenge is dealing with resentment. You might feel like you've moved on, but then something happens and suddenly you're right back to feeling angry and hurt all over again. And then there's the question of where to even begin. Do you start with talking to the person, or do you try to work through it on your own? Sometimes, it feels like forgiveness is this huge mountain to climb, and you're not even sure where the trailhead is. You might feel stuck, like you're unable to move forward because you're still carrying around so much pain. That's a really tough place to be, but it's also a sign that you're ready to start exploring what forgiveness might look like for you. The truth is, forgiveness is a process, not a single event. It's not something that happens overnight, and it's not always easy. But it's also not about excusing the other person's behavior or forgetting what happened. Forgiveness is more about releasing the hold that person has over you. It's about letting go of the anger, the resentment, and the pain. Real forgiveness is about understanding that reconciliation isn't always part of the equation. You can forgive someone without ever speaking to them again. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the weight of what happened, not about giving the other person a free pass. It's a journey, not a destination. Here's a powerful insight: forgiveness primarily benefits the forgiver. When you forgive, you're not doing it for the other person's sake, you're doing it for yours. Forgiveness can transform your well-being and your relationships in profound ways. For example, when you hold on to resentment, it can start to affect every area of your life. You might find yourself withdrawing from loved ones, or feeling angry and irritable all the time. But when you choose to forgive, you start to open up to new possibilities. You might find that you're able to connect with others more deeply, or that you're able to find peace in the present moment. That's not to say it's easy, but it's worth it. Forgiveness can be a game changer. So, what does real forgiveness entail? It's a journey of self-liberation and peace. It's not about weakness or concession, it's about strength and courage. Forgiveness takes guts, but it's also incredibly freeing. If you're struggling with forgiveness, I want to hear about it. Share your story in the comments below. Maybe there's a situation where you're struggling to forgive someone, or maybe you've had a breakthrough and you're feeling more free. Either way, I'd love to hear about it. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more content on emotional well-being. Thanks for watching.